I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on Woodwardsports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spencer Raxter.
Hi.
Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff,
I got a
a.k.a.
haircut.
Microwave Mario.
Let's go.
We don't care.
All right.
You look great, Spenny.
Thanks,
We
Nick.
got Caleb in the building.
This guy's mad because KG took the worst picture
The
imaginable.
worst picture of all time. You have this, Chris?
Yes, I do.
KG, bro. This is a fireable offense. You should be fired for this.
I want you to know that's not your screen
You should be
messing
fired. I
up.
won't call for that, but bro, you ever watch? If you guys ever watched Proud Family growing up, there was a character on there that played basketball.
It was the dad.
No, the dad was like the light skinned dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm
This is-
thinking of Cow and Chicken.
That's such a different cartoon.
Yeah, but the parents in Cow and Chicken never have.
We would put, is the camera weird? Am I tripping?
I think you're tripping.
I think you're tripping.
Oh,
I think it's
either
a little
way,
more set.
There's this character named Wizard Kelly on the show, and they would never show it. He was like a basketball player. They never showed above like his nose, and that's what Calvin Johnson looked like in
Yeah.
that photo.
Or,
He was actually trying. Like, is that not cropped? Like, that's like the picture.
So I'm not gonna lie. Once I put the live photo, it did get better. But it was when me and Calvin were doing like one of those things, like you're not looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Worse. To be honest, I met Calvin twice now, 3 times, 2 pictures. Neither of them are good. I'm eyeing. It's not meant to be.
That's tough.
We don't take good photos together. Saw Randy Moss,
Yep.
Jalen Rose.
Yep.
We've met Jalen before though.
Yeah. Darren McFadden.
Darren McFadden.
Oh,
Yeah. D-Fad.
The
Arkansas.
safety
Kurt Gibson.
from Kansas City.
Yep. Joik Bell.
Wait, James Houston?
Huh?
You saw James Houston?
Kurt Gibson.
Oh, Kurt Gibson. Yeah. All right, and there's another guy there, and I feel bad because I don't know what he looks like anymore. But I'm pretty sure it's Brandon Pettigrew,
Probably.
but I couldn't get any
Goster
confirmation.
Cheryl, this was there.
Dude, it was so funny. It might have been him. I can't say.
Goster
There
Cheryl.
was
this
someone
was-
there that we know mutually that's also like a pretty big name, and they walked up to the guy that I thought was Brandon Pettigrew, dapped him up. So I walked up to that person afterward. I was like, "Is that Brandon Pettigrew?" He was like. We just got done. Oh, hey, yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah. And I
Joik
like,
was there. It was good to see Joik. I haven't
Good to
seen him in
see
a while.
Joik chopped the dreads.
Yeah, he
Gone.
had the clean cut. He came up to me while I was teed in, punched me in the back. I turned around. And I saw, didn't see anybody I recognized because he was turned around
He
already.
starts, ah!
No, because he was he was turned around already. So I just saw a thick ass dude behind me. I was like, oh, who's that? I was like, oh shit, it's Joik. Because he chopped the dreads off. It was good to see him though. I haven't seen Joik in a while.
Good to see you, Joik. Obviously, we got a bunch of crazy shit happened this weekend.
Yeah.
A bunch of crazy shit happened this weekend. We'll get to that. There's one more piece from the golf outing though. I got to steal Nick's girl.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it up.
Nick, I'm personally devastated. I came all this way from Los Angeles, 4-hour flight, crunched like a cricket in the back of a seat just to see you, and you weren't here. Like I don't want to talk about it.
You're messing up, Nick.
Absolute legend for getting Kay Adams to say that. And I was in between that, like, making my day. Like, that's like a #1 shout out cameo type moment for me personally in my life.
You're
That's Kay Adams.
simp like that, huh?
And then on the
Big
other
simp.
side of it, it's like I wasn't there. So that just completely crushed me today.
Yeah, you know what's
Because it's-
even worse? Being there and not being able to say hi to her because of flannel.
Yikes.
Why are you blaming Flannel?
Because he went past break by like 10 minutes.
Oh.
And so I was about to go over there and say hi to her. And as soon as the break happened, I actually didn't even cut from the live read. You could still see me on the live read. I like take off my stuff and I go, and she was walking out. I was like, dude,
Damn.
fuck
She told me I smell good.
Yeah.
Hey.
There you
Big
go.
deal. You know? No, she's really cool. Like, we know Dan, or I'm sorry, we know Matt from their show. We had him on here. He's
Yeah.
a scout for the Lions.
Yep.
And so I was chopping up with him, and then she came up. But she like straight up gave me a hug. I didn't ask for anything. She just fucking was like,
Nice.
yeah, I got Riz like that. No, she's just cool like that.
Yeah,
was
she's
really
cool.
Yeah. So obviously I got to have her do the video for Nick. And
Thanks a lot, Flannel.
we were picking
Yeah.
on you for not being there. Because Nick, all day, in both the heavyweight chat and like the regular like Woodward chat, Nick was pissed off as fuck and he couldn't be there specifically for Kay. And I thought it was had to get you some love.
Well, I mean, or you think about Good Morning Football, that was a hell of a job that she used to do, and then she gets massive guests on the FanDuel show nowadays. I think they probably shell out some cash, or they just open up to her when they're on the show, it seems like. So she gets really good interviews. So I've been a fan of hers for a long time. Honestly, it was great to get this shout out, even though it was obviously in a joking manner, but it was really cool, and I appreciated that. And she responded on Twitter. So that was awesome with the dead emoji. So she was all having fun with it as well.
All right, now, we got her to shout out somebody on the show. She responded to you on Twitter. Now it's time for Kay Adams to come on the heavyweights.
Let's go.
Join the show. Have an interview with us. We had Mina Kimes on already. So, we were pretty big time here. So everybody, right now, do me a favor. Clip this. Post it on Twitter. Tag Kay Adams in it. We can't, but you guys can.
Or even on Nick's post.
Follow it up.
Or everybody comment on Nick's post and say, at Kay Adams, go on the show. Whoa, heavyweights, that's awesome.
Detroit.
Clip that part, please.
Yeah.
That's a good drop.
Yeah, exactly. Detroit Mario at the tailgate wins.
For real, do that.
At tailgate wins.
Clip that.
Check it out.
Tag Kay Adams, say go on the show.
Appreciate y'all.
This could be because of you. We wouldn't be here without you guys. If we get Kay Adams on, it's because of you guys. So, do it. I missed my chance to talk to her because Flannel was too busy yelling about baseball.
How mad were you?
I was pissed, dude.
I saw you say it because of you, Flannel, and then I didn't know if you were joking because I was watching the.
No, you
BD
were like 10 minutes past the break. I was like, break, and he just kept going. And then I finally get up. I go to turn around. She's walking off. KG was like, "Oh, what man." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I think she got the FanDuel gig because she got natural like Riz. Obviously, hugged me. I was shocked. I didn't know what to fucking say after that. But that's probably how she gets all these guests on. 'Cause she just
it's her eyes, man, and she
got aura.
She's got aura for sure.
Aura for sure. Aura for sure.
Aura
-100 aura saying that.
Okay, so crazy weekend, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all,
about it.
R.I.P. Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
That sucks. I feel like it's been happening a lot lately where just guys in the prime of their lives or not, not old guys by any means. And it sucks. Sucks for him to get to lose his life at such a young age. He was obviously Baltimore, a very key component to Baltimore's championship run. Had an amazing Super Bowl performance. He had 109-yard return touchdown. Obviously, a lot of people know him from the whole incident with Mike Tomlin on the sidelines where he stuck his foot out or he went to trip him. But Jacoby Jones was a great NFL player, and sucks for a guy to lose his life.
No, it's crazy too because I didn't really look at the stats, but I probably can guarantee he never really had multiple 1,000-yard seasons or anything like that. But he was just so memorable. His impact on the game that he had.
He's a freak athlete, dude.
Yeah, dude, he was a beast. Jacoby Jones, rest in peace. 40 is very, very young. Prayers out to his families and people who loved him. Outside of that, who's gonna say it?
I'll say it. Donald Trump got shot.
That's terrible.
Wild. Did you see the guy? All right, so first of all, thoughts and prayers to the family of the person who died.
Yeah,
the victim.
Corey Whitmore.
I'm not sure of the name. I don't want to butcher it. But thoughts and prayers to their loved ones, their family. It's a terrible, terrible situation.
Horrible. You know how it happened?
It was this stray bullet.
No, he was shot. Well, yeah, but still, he was covering his family.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Honest to God, yeah. To go out, yeah. I mean, yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. It's terrible that he lost his life in that situation. I thought the craziest thing in the whole video was Secret Service when they were covering up Trump and they're like, shoot her down. They took that dude out quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I got a whole bad conspiracy in that one.
Trump got shot. It looked like a bullet grazed his ear.
You see how it literally was milliseconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was if he had not turned his head,
Yeah.
that shit was going through the back of his skull.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Crazy.
That's
scene.
wild.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I sent it. Did I send it in Slack? I don't think I did. Or you know what? I sent. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't send anything regarding that.
But afterward, took one of the hardest. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest pictures in American history. And honestly, like, I know some people hate to say it. I kind of hated to say it too. That picture's fucking hard.
It's
Savage
legendary.
picture.
Yeah,
That
legendary.
picture's crazy.
That would be If I was Donald Trump, that would be my profile picture for the rest of my life.
For sure.
Like,
Bro, you just survived.
with the American flag in the background too.
Right? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
wild.
I sent it. Oh, nope. I sent the
DNC
wrong
ENT
one.
says he was a firefighter. Dana White and the UFC have each donated $20K. I believe is the number. Good on Dana.
Yeah,
Good
he's a
on
volunteer
the UFC.
firefighter.
Yeah,
You did send the wrong one.
Definitely
you
sent the
hate
wrong
to see
one.
that.
Shout out to our buddy, though. All right, I sent the right one. Yeah, all right, let me find this guy's name, though, because he does deserve
Yeah, for sure.
Corey
That
something.
was crazy though.
Caleb?
He let off shots, man. There was
Yeah,
hear,
I
like
think it was 5, right?
sounded like more than that.
Well, I'm glad you survived Donald Trump, that is, only because of the memes that we're allowed to, like, laugh at, and because, like, all the, Killian Hayes was the shooter.
Yeah.
There's
All the stuff with Klay Thompson,
a lot
like the
of
0 for
memes.
10. Like,
Yeah, did you see what I said when somebody said Killian Hayes was a shooter? I was like, no way, he's only 0 for 5.
yeah, dude, it was,
Yeah,
that was crazy.
That was tough. But-
Caleb,
Yeah, I mean,
Chris?
no matter what side you're on, I mean that is ridiculously badass. I mean, he got shot and he get ups and he's yelling fight, fight, fight. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Easy stole my tweet. We're gonna talk about that a little bit.
That is true.
Stole
No
my
one
tweet.
stole your tweet because you stole that tweet.
No, I swear to you, I didn't see it. I thought I
didn't
came
see
up with
yours
it.
either.
Sure you did.
I thought
I
I thought I was the first one, and then I look, and then Kurt, what's his name, Ben Hart.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Yeah, he did it, and then
It's
it,
like
like a
15
ton
other
of them.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a ton of them just kept coming up on my timeline. But yeah,
Thief.
Easy did do that. I
You're a thief.
forgive him. And yeah, I mean absolutely crazy that we witnessed something like that.
That picture's gonna be in U.S. history books
It still doesn't even feel
It's
real.
crazy.
if the world doesn't.
It doesn't even
He
feel
would draw
real.
like penises and like
Yeah,
meat out of
yeah.
his
there's
mouth. But
gonna
yeah,
be a
it'd be
bunch
there.
of-
Because I was downtown. I was out downtown with my friends for my friend's birthday, and when that happened, I was just like, no way. Because it's one of those things where
Surreal.
like you hear it, yeah, and it's surreal, and then like for the next like 24 hours, even though I was seeing all the memes and all the reports and everything about it, it just still didn't. It still didn't hit me. But that was a top tier Twitter day. If I'm being honest with you, that is like one of the best days for X to have ever existed.
You just called it X and ruined
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So when it dropped, when the news dropped, obviously, like, you see the picture, you think, all right, this is fake or whatever, you know, you don't actually buy it, and then you realize it actually happened, you know, because you have to think about that nowadays too, like with AI and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm at a dry wedding, and this is like just the only thing that's like people
Dude,
are
that
talking about.
sounds
And then
so
how do you
terrible.
attack that too? Because like obviously politics, when you're like at a place like that, you don't really know the
I'm
side
gonna-
of the aisle that people stand on. So it was just it
Yeah.
was hell.
I'm gonna put this out there right now to all of my family, my friends, my loved ones, anybody getting married. If you invite me to a dry wedding, I'm not coming.
Or I'm coming drunk.
I'm not coming at all. That sounds awful. Like you
I'm gonna
just
come.
want me to sit there and dance sober? Like what?
Yeah, that's very true. Yes.
They had a bunch. It was at a bar, and they had a bunch of games
It
going.
was at a
on.
bar?
barn,
Oh.
barn out in
Still.
the boons. But
sounds
they had like a bunch
worse.
of games and
Yeah.
stuff going on.
Like,
Like
you
if
invited me out sober as fuck to a barn.
Spenny's Alien Bride says Easy stole Spenmo's tweet once during a show. He does that. It's true. He did.
Listen.
Live on air.
I don't want
While I was doing an ad read, he was like,
to just to piss him off because you kept tweeting during the show, but we're trying to do a fucking show.
yeah.
And I know how you do because I watched
Your
you during
fault.
BDE today too. You do the same thing there, just
Yeah.
scroll on Twitter.
I mean, I definitely do it more when I'm TDing.
Yeah. I was like, this guy.
You gotta do shit when you
I
TD.
saw a little fucking
Hell yeah, bro.
ladies you were looking at.
Dude, there's been a lot of porn popping up on my Twitter recently.
I don't know why.
I honestly don't.
All
It's
day.
probably from that Billie Eilish picture.
What's the soccer fan? I know we're a little bit over. We may get back to it, but the soccer fans are the worst. Oh,
The Hard Rock Stadium. Did you see the
Yeah.
picture? You got the pictures?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at
which
what
one do
they
you
did.
want
This
first?
is from the, I don't even know, some football soccer tournament.
Copa Cup.
Copa Cup. Yeah, look at that shit, dude.
Yeah, they're getting through the fucking.
They destroyed the escalator. Barbaric and unacceptable. I didn't read that part. That's pretty funny.
That's
Well, and then do you have the
other one?
the
Yeah.
other one? Yeah, of them like trying to get in.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, that's the
man?
thing. The kids is what pissed me off.
Yeah, like
'Cause I saw beforehand.
it's soccer, bro. You're gonna watch 100 minutes of a 0-0 tie.
It's the dumbest shit. Let me stop because the people they might come after us. There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers that don't want after me. So, but no, I'm with you 100%. Why are we acting like this over a fucking soccer game? That's insane.
No idea.
I think they come in for this event.
No, you're probably.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I would get it for the people that are, like, I guess Argentina or like what two countries?
Argentinian.
Yeah, Argentina. What else? What was the other country?
Colombia.
Was it Colombia?
Yeah, the other ones were Colombia. I think you're right.
I think it was. Yeah.
I think it is.
I guess I get if you're an immigrant from there and like this is your chance to go see your home team like while you're here in the States.
But like,
No, that was crazy.
don't act like animals. Like that.
Yeah.
Fucking. That's dude. That they
We can't have Trump on the thumbnail and call immigrants animals. That's crazy.
That's true. That's a good point. But like, don't hurt other people trying to get in.
No, I'm with you.
Like, don't stampede people.
Yeah, and that's like the craziest part about it. Too. Like police were there, but
There's too many people.
outnumbered.
That also
That's
proves.
crazy.
That also proves
Eat the rich
we got the power.
on God.
Like we got the power, people.
Big
That's one thing that
facts.
shows. If it came down to it, they can't stop all of us. Hell yeah! But yeah, we're gonna talk some Tigers. We're gonna talk some Pistons. We're gonna talk a lot of that and more. But first, tell us about Mark White.
I want to do a funny transition, but I love Mark White too much. If you guys need to relocate, hit up the best in the business. That's my guy, Mark White. Right now, you can save up to $5,000 on your closing costs. Just visit markwhitesales.com or give him a call directly at 248-290-8242. That's 248-290-8242.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insight with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights. Rest in peace, Corey Compertoria is the name of the firefighter lost in
Rest
the rally over the weekend. Smash
Legend.
the like button. Be a
Saving
friend,
his family.
protecting his family. Yes. Sorry, I don't want to get away from that topic. I know it gets messy. Smash the like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. I'm Easy Spin Raxter.
Hello.
Chris Nicholas Koloff.
Let's go.
AKA Microwave Mario. We got Caleb in the building. Sunny day. Nice day for some pizza.
Yeah.
Guess not.
Yeah.
Guess
Too
not.
sunny
No
out.
rain.
Yeah, it was
Not a
too hot.
cloud in sight.
Not a cloud in sight. Guess not pizza weather.
Perfect day for pizza. This.
What if you saw a weatherman like, great day for some pizza.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be about 85 and sunny out there. It'd be a perfect day for some pizza.
Zero chance of rain.
Yeah. Or he's like, drizzly out. Don't order pizza today, folks.
The water would get in the
Carrying a
box.
box of pizza into work.
Yeah, I don't know what was going through my head when I said like that rain correlates with pizza. Some would say that when it's rainy is the best time to order a pizza. Does that mean you chill inside? So yeah, I was statistically wrong on that one right there. But
that's all right,
man.
Yeah. Statistically, Scuba has been the best pitcher in the AL to my knowledge. Somehow, some way, Burns.
Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns got to start over Tariq Skubal.
First of all, who's got a stupid ass name like Corbin?
It's kind of.
This is a dork name. Dweeb name. Throw up that the graphic of their comparisons, Chris, because this is ridiculous. There's only one thing that Corbin Burns is better at this year than Tariq Skubal, and that is having 2 more innings pitched. That is the only thing. Skubal's got a better win-loss, a better ERA, a better strikeout, better K percentage, less base on balls, and a better whip, and a better WAR.
And a better NA.
But, yeah, Corbin's got 2 more innings pitched, so I guess that's the deciding factor. This is bad, man. This is a bad look for baseball. Tariq Skubal has been the best pitcher in baseball all year, and he's not starting the All-Star game, and some people are saying it's because he pitched on Friday. You don't need 5 days of rest to go out there and pitch 2 innings. Like, it's not like he's going to go 7 innings. In the All-Star game, you pitch maybe 3 innings if you're the starter. Like,
tops.
It's a joke, man. This is an absolute joke. This is the Oriole favoritism because they're a great team. And, congratulations to you. Baltimore still sucks. Like, this is stupid. Tariq Skubal should be the starter. It shouldn't even have been a question.
Well, Skubal did seem like he tweaked something. There was that one ball that went towards him. Remember? Chris Fetter went out there, make sure he wanted to stay out there. I think it's more than just because he pitched. I think he might have actually, I don't know what it was, but I might have tweaked something.
Then he better not pitch at all. Then I better not see him even take the mound.
Yeah.
Well,
if that's the reason, if it's because he tweaked something, he better not take the mound at all in the All-Star game. Because if he pitches and it's not being the starter, it's a fucking joke.
That's actually a great point. I can argue that.
He got snubbed big time. You can't debate it. I've been keeping up with Corbin Burns all year. I'm curious to see what an ace gets traded for before a contract year, because that's another reason why, like with Skubal and plus the Orioles are just very good. And I hate that means you get the nod. You look at Paul Skeens. Pirates aren't killing it when it comes to a win-loss record.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Why is he getting the favoritism here? Skubal absolutely deserves to be the AL starter, and if it is the injury, I understand. But this is just a complete hose job and another just disrespect towards the Detroit Tigers. That's another way that the MLB is disrespecting them. Caleb, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'll keep this short and sweet. Skubal got absolutely boned by the MLB. I don't know whose decision that was.
They made the wrong decision.
They made the wrong decision. I mean, I get it. You're trying to push the Orioles narrative because they're young and good. You know who else has been young and good? The Detroit Tigers. 8-2 in their last 10.
Shout out.
I mean, and Skubal's the biggest part of that. Skubal's the best pitcher in the major leagues. He should 100% be toeing the rubber for the first pitches of the MLB All-Star game. Got absolutely screwed.
Yeah, it's a joke. Honestly, it's a joke. He's been undoubtedly the best pitcher in the American League all year. And there's like, nah. You think if he got that win against the Dodgers?
He still threw a gem.
Yeah, I mean, like he had a quality start.
Yeah.
He got boned. He didn't get the loss.
I don't think
But you think if he was 11-3?
I don't think. No, I think they had their mind made up, to be quite honest.
It took a while.
Corbin Burns, for them to announce it.
Yeah.
That's why maybe there is something behind it. Like,
maybe it is. But like I said, if it is because of injury, then he shouldn't pitch at all. And if he doesn't pitch at all, then I'm assuming that's what it is. That is, he's like, all right, don't even want to risk it. I got a Cy Young to worry about. I'm not worried about AL starter. Like that I'd be fine with. Hopefully, he's all right, first of all. If that comes out as being the reason, then I'd be all right with it.
But
that's the only reason that it should be even somewhat acceptable.
100%. And if he does not pitch, he should be, like, obviously starting that Friday. You need to regain all of this momentum that you just went into the All-Star break with. So he needs to be the first game out of the bump, starting for the actual team that matters, the Detroit Tigers, when it comes down to it. I know we love to see our guy get recognition nationally, but in my eyes, this team needs to stay hot coming out of the break the way they went into it. You guys agree with that?
I agree for sure. And we're going to talk about, my hero and some of this Tigers team later, but this offense has been electric.
Oh, man.
They've been one of the best offenses in the MLB in the month of July.
Caleb's text the funniest one all weekend. I think I have a crush on Justin Henry. I love it.
I mean, that was awesome. High leverage. You get a rookie up there, and he gets a base knock up the middle. Come on. It doesn't get better than that.
We have the graphic, Chris, of their July numbers. When you stack them up against every other team in the MLB, they are first in OPS in the month of July, second in win percentage, fourth in home runs, and third in triples. So
who is this?
This team has been raking. This new look Tigers offense has been raking. With credit to Sam Flannel, Carson Kelly in the everyday lineup, Ibanez in the everyday lineup. Like, these guys that we're hitting are getting more opportunities to do so, and the offenses look pretty damn good.
One guy as well that has actually been hitting is Ryan Valade.
Yeah.
We saw him earlier in the year step up in a couple big wins. Ryan Valade's been at least getting on base for this team, and there was just so many zeros every time that people went to the plate this year when it comes to Javi or Urshela, even earlier in the year, not being able to step up and be able to be depended on. You think about Jake Rogers having one of the worst averages like in baseball. About damn time that you can rely on maybe your 7, 8, or 9 hitters to actually get on base for those guys up top, for them to be able to do damage, and the young guys have been able to do damage once they've gotten on base.
And I thought we had another segment of this, but we don't. So speaking of the young guys, throw it up there, Chris. This is the guy. This is the guy that's looking like he's going to be the steal of the century for the Tigers. Colt Keith, in July, has been lights out. Look at those splits, dude. 381, 480, 1337, 5 homers, 13 RBIs, 8 walks in the month. Dude's just been absolutely electric. The Tigers signed him before he played a single game of Major League Baseball to a multi-year contract because they saw what they had in him. They knew he was going to be a stud. It was shaky at first, but the kid's been absolutely lights out. He had an amazing May as well. His June was a little bit, but July he's come back with a vengeance. And Colt Keith has been the best hitter in the lineup all month.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. Perfect hitter to complement Riley Green. I've said this a trillion times, and I'm going to say it again. We've been waiting for a hitter to help out Riley Green, and we finally got it, and it's the perfect guy to do it, our 6-year man, Colt Keith. And look, I've said things about him in the past, but I apologize for him. He's completely back. He's going to be the best second baseman in baseball in the future, and I think we got ourselves a stud here, guys. Yeah. Colt Keith, I mean, I couldn't thank you enough for what you've done in July.
And the Tigers drafted a high school shortstop in the first round.
We got Colt Keith until 2033 is when he enters free agency, fellas. Wow. This is what good baseball teams do. Spenmo, who's the guy we drafted?
I don't remember his name, but he I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched the MLB draft or that I know these high school prospects.
Caleb and I were locked.
At all, because I don't know this kid. I haven't.
Bryce Rayner?
Bryce Rayner.
Bryce Rayner. I saw his swing. I think, Caleb, you retweeted the video of his swing. That shit was, it looks pretty nice. It looks like Bryce Harper-esque.
Yeah.
And so if he can rake like that, obviously just add another single A demon onto the Tigers' rookie pool of kids they got down there that are going to rake. So
yeah, I know.
And we got a bunch of white kids coming up, so maybe we'll be the new Baltimore Orioles. Just have a ton of white dudes who can rake.
That's fitting for that city. If you know, you know.
That is true.
Just real quick on this guy, from everything I've gathered, I was pretty locked in yesterday. Bryce Rayner, 6'3". He has good size at shortstop. He compares to kind of like a Corey Seager, but also guys that have come out recently as much as like a Marcelo Mayer. If you guys remember him in the Jackson Jobe class, I was a guy that wanted Mayer. A Colson Montgomery of the White Sox, top 15 prospect in baseball. You think about a guy that this is complete superstar ceiling, but it's the best player in baseball, or one of them, in Gunnar Henderson. He's that type of power to all type of the fields. That's what the ceiling is, but those are MVP, all-star like type players. You cannot count on him to be that, but if he can be something of a lower level, I think you're going to be just happy with this. Caleb?
Yeah, going into look, I'm not gonna act like I'm the biggest like MLB draft savant, but there was a couple guys I had my eye on. JJ Weatherholt was one. I saw some things. Shout out Noah Beanick. He said something along the lines of if JJ Weatherholt doesn't go 1 because of like that draft pool. Nick, you probably know what I'm talking about, like the cash
bonus pool.
Yeah. If they didn't take him 1, he'd slide all the way down to maybe the Tigers. That didn't end up happening. But look, I like this pick. I like what Scott Harris did. He took a bunch of high schoolers. I think you tweeted it, Nick. He went shortstop, then he went 4 pitchers in a row. This was a loaded college draft class, and he decided to take the young buck. And I don't hate it. Like you said, he has Corey Seager upside, and I'm excited. It's gonna, him, Max Clark, Jace Young,
McGonigal.
Can you play third base?
Who?
Rayner.
This guy's your shortstop. He is better at shortstop than McGonigal.
Yeah,
Can McGonigal play third base?
McGonigal, I think the way it's...
No, I think he can play second.
I think the way it's all going to shape up, I think we're going to see
Jace Young.
Yeah,
He can't play third base at
well,
the
he's
MLB
he's
level.
going to have to, right?
Why not?
Because he's terrible defensively.
He is terrible defensively, but I think the way it's going to shake up is probably Jung is going to play third. And then it's going to be Rayner at short, McGonigal at second, then Colt Keith at first. I think that's the way it's going to turn out.
Sorry, Torque.
Yes, sorry, Torque, but I think the move, this is kind of off topic, but I think the move Colt Keith to second to first is going to happen sooner rather than later, especially after the draft.
He looks like a first baseman. He doesn't look like a second baseman.
He does, and if you can bulk him up too, the power's just going to keep coming with it. If it doesn't affect his swing, but last thing on that, as we've just stated with Torque, all these guys are not going to pan out. There is no chance in the world that all of your top prospects pan out, or you're going to be the best MLB team ever created. Hey. So, but I have faith in this Rayner guy. He's a little old for his draft, for coming out of high school, but
dude's got more faith in him than he does Max Clark. That's crazy.
Or a Sartos.
I've never said that in my life. I just think Wyatt Langford was too great to pass up last year.
He hates Max Clark.
Max Clark, aura, insane. Interviews during an at-bat. You guys see that?
He's definitely got crazy aura.
Hell yeah.
But
honestly, yeah,
he's got probably the most aura the Tigers have ever seen. Like, it's going to be up there.
So does this kid. The kid with Rayner. The kid we just drafted.
He's got drip?
Honestly, he does, yeah.
Yeah.
When they interviewing him, some guy on ESPN, he's like, I got socks older than you. I did not expect him to sound like a fucking grown-ass man when he responded back. He's like, yeah, I was just like a fucking, because he's like you don't look big at all. Yeah, his voice is deep as hell, but yeah.
Tell us about the morning show, Nick.
Every single morning when you wake up, make sure you're throwing on Wake Up Woodward. It's the best morning show in the country and the town. You know that's facts. Every single morning when you wake up, join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG on Wake Up Woodward. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new card crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
#1. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm easy, joined by Spencer Raxter.
Hi.
Young Chris, Microwave, Mario. We got Caleb in the building as well. Smash that like button. Let's go.
Let's go.
Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We got the Tigers talk out of the way, which deservingly so. They're on a little bit of a run there. Yeah. I know a couple people are missing that Dodgers team, but it's nice to see the boys winning a little bit. Just real quick, is that traded? Anybody's opinions on the trade deadline?
Yes. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm in. Oh yeah,
You're
I'm
all
in.
in?
I'm in.
Let's
I forgot who I was talking to. They said they don't have enough to buy any bats.
Yeah, you can. Give up Torkelson for a bat. Do it.
Finally.
Do it.
Finally.
I'm in.
Benny to the dock side.
I'm in.
Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to buy at this point, right?
Yeah.
You're the hottest team in baseball.
Yeah.
Is there anything to say about like the Dodgers missing a few guys?
No, that's still a better roster. They still had Mookie Betts. They still had
Thought
Freddie
Betts was hurt.
Freeman.
Out.
Oh yeah, they still had Shohei Ohtani. They still yeah. Oh shit, they didn't have one MVP, but they got two more in Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez
Will
and
Smith.
Will Smith. Like they still have a much better lineup than we do. And we
We're
went
all
out
right.
there and we should have swept them. Honestly,
They should have swept.
Yeah, that was like a series where like, okay, you're going in, you're hot right now, and you go in and you play a banged up Dodgers team. That's a series they usually lose.
yeah.
And I know like that is so huge for them, knowing they should have won that series at home, closing out the All-Star break, and the Dodgers don't have number one their ace, who was supposed to face Skubal in game one.
Yeah.
We didn't have to face
And
him.
that's the game you lost.
Yeah, that's the game we lost. But I mean, that just unbelievable series. I couldn't be happier with the way they closed out the first half of the season, and I'm excited to see how the second half starts out. Nick?
This is tough. I've been out and I've been back in again. I've been out and I've been back in again.
Sounds like you're having sex.
All the time, brother. All right,
Sean
so
Candace.
I was just thinking about the guys I would trade. Are you guys willing to give up on a Matt Manning if it means acquiring an everyday bat?
Yes.
Yes.
What if it took How You Lee, the guy that we got last
Yes.
year, and Matt Manning?
Yes, because
So
now...
trading those two with the crowded infield?
Yes, exactly. That's why. The
So
crowded infield.
if you're trading How You Lee, who just made the futures game, and Matt Manning, I would take the best bat back.
Give me
and I would
Pete
do it.
Alonso.
They need to lose a couple more games, and he is a free agent, so we could get him in here, get him in there early.
Give me Polar Bear Pete.
Then
Stick
put
him in first
Urshela
base.
back at third.
Yeah.
Now we're talking,
Now we're
boys.
cooking with
Now
gas,
we're
baby.
cooking. God, I'm back in.
Who are you looking at?
I mean, I was thinking like Vlad or, I mean, I guess Pete's a
Brett
good name.
Rooker would be sweet.
Rooker, I would take. I would have to pull up some future because you got to think about who's going to be a free agent. One of the guys I brought up was Christian Walker from Arizona, but I don't know
Take your pants off.
I don't know if they're bad enough right now to be willing to sell. So that's where these next 2 weeks are going to become extremely important of who's selling, who's buying. But one thing I want to say, I don't think Scott Harris is going to buy. We are all on the same page. We want it to happen. We saw what the crowds looked like at Comerica. But will it happen?
Kirk Gibson today on Ermanni and Edwards said extend Flaherty and Skubal.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah. He said that's
Kurt?
what. Yeah, Kirk. He likes what Scott Harris is doing. He said, we should give him, some time to cook. He didn't pull into the best situation, but he's making a lot of good moves, and we're seeing that now with some of those moves benefiting. But he said it's in your best interest to obviously to extend Skubal, but to extend Flaherty too, because even if you do decide to move off of him eventually, if you sign him for 2 years,
He's worth more.
He's worth way more than just the half year you're going to get from him this year. That's what Kirk Gibson said today on Ermanni and Edwards, and I agree with him. Spartan dog, love you, Gibby.
It's a good point.
And it's a great point.
It's a good point. I by the way, shout out to Gibby. Called out the 2-run tire.
Yeah, he did.
That was
word for exactly what happened. He said he's going to throw him a cutter up and in, and Keith's going to pull his hands in and crank it out the right, and that's exactly what happened.
What a crazy call.
Yeah,
Let me hit that.
That was nuts.
He's seen a lot of fucking baseball in his life.
Yes.
Cutter up and in. Boom.
He muscled that shit out. That was
Yeah.
that was an impressive
Hey,
home
shout
run.
out for bringing the fences in.
Yeah.
Because that probably would have been an out.
For sure.
That's fair. Where are you at with Flaherty?
I mean, like I said before, I know he's been a really big part of this rotation, but the 1-year deal, like I said, I don't think, and Evan Petzel, the Tigers beat writer, said the same thing. It's like, the 1-year deal meant that it was no matter what happened, where we were going to move on from him. It didn't matter about the team's success. And, luckily enough for us, he's been unbelievable this year. I'm just hoping that he's healthy also. Because if he's not healthy, if that back's messed up, number one, he's going to be tough to trade. And then if we end up keeping him, it's going to be a problem for the rest of the year. So I'm not going to lie, I'm torn I want to keep him, but I don't think that's the plan, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I'm torn.
And just real quick from you, what is the asking price for Pete Alonso, in your opinion?
What are the Mets asking, you think?
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know. If they're trading Alonso, well, at first Jack Flaherty the Mets were Jack Flaherty's landing spot for me because they were playing really well, and they needed a starter. But right now, I think for Alonso, that means they're selling if they're trading Alonso. I think Matt Manning is probably a part of that. I think they could take a swing at Spencer Torkelson. I think Hao-Yu Lee is a part of that. I don't think we'll have to give up like Jace Jung, or I could also see Justin Henry Malloy. I think that could be another player that they'll try to target. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have to give up an enormous amount for him just because this is the last year on his deal, and he hasn't been that great this year. But obviously, I mean, a change of scenery could do a ton for a hitter. So if he comes here, he could end up turning his season around. But I don't think it's going to be a ginormous haul we're going to have to give up. But yeah, I mean, Pete Alonso would be great in the middle of this order. He's exactly what we need now.
I think they're going to ask for one of your top 3 prospects if you're going after Pete Alonso, or the way that we kind of sold Justin Verlander for like a lot of like good ones. We lost out. That was an Al Avila mess up. Yeah. Like that does not happen often. Like you're usually giving up top tier talent.
It's because we didn't take any of the money in the deal.
Oh, shout out Ronnie Illich we saw today too.
Yeah, shout out
Ronnie Illich.
Yeah, shout out us for being cheap. Like fuck that.
Yo, relax. We're shouting out Ronnie Illich, not.
Oh, okay.
Not Chris.
My bad. All right, my bad. Illich.
Nick.
I hear the name Illich. Just start freaking out. All right, no. If you had to give up Jackson Jobe, would you do it for Pete Alonso?
Dude.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm not giving up Jackson Jobe for Pete Alonso.
For 1 year, Pete Alonso, no.
What about Torque? I mean, you said the top 3 prospect. Torque, obviously, he's the number 1 overall pick.
I think
people think he's gonna be the next Isaac Paredes. If you traded him, is that?
I mean,
enough?
if the
I
Mets
definitely see that happening.
Is that worth Pete Alonso? Like, could you sell the Mets on that at all?
Yeah, former number 1 pick. He had the most at the time. He had the most home runs in college history for a season or something.
Last year.
Yeah, you could definitely try to sell him. And I mean, if they're trying to go a different direction, because they've been middling these past couple of years, so if they're trying to go a different direction, you get a new young first baseman. I mean, that has similar tools to Pete Alonso, or what we thought. I think they'd go for it. But obviously, we would have to add a couple other prospects or players. Like I said, Hao-Yu Lee. I think Malloy is a player they could go after. But yeah, I would love Alonso here.
Also, Mets are 7-3 in their last 10. They're 3 games over right now. I don't see them selling, like I said, unless these next 2 weeks go really off the rails.
That's a great point. It's actually a phenomenal point.
Do you see
the future?
Do you see the Tigers buying?
No. I really don't. I don't. I think what this weekend showed, though, is that this city, all it really wants is winning baseball, big games. Like, the crowds showed up like crazy. Like, Chris, how crazy was Saturday, like, down at the ballpark? You said you were down in Detroit, right?
Yeah, I didn't notice a single baseball thing happening, but that's a me thing.
You were also actually hammered, buddy?
Yeah,
that's why you don't remember? All right.
I was, but I wasn't the worst. My friend, it was her birthday. She brought some coworker that none of us knew in the group, and he fell off of the pedal bike. The pedal bike goes like 2 miles per hour. How do you fall off and then proceed to get run over by the bike?
All right, that's absolutely insane. But Friday and Saturday, I was down there, and I could tell a difference in the city. In the downtown atmosphere, the vibe. Yeah. Like, it was just a different buzz.
In fairness, is that a little bit of a mixture of Ohtani being in town, too?
Yes, and us coming off 2 massive series wins.
Yeah.
I think it all was kind of one storm brewing, like you saw in Chicago the other night. Last night, there was a massive storm in Chicago.
Okay, as flannel sandbar.
What are we doing here, man? All right, let's go to break. Tell us about Swiss.
I'll tell you about Swiss. We got Mark's the best in the business. Make sure you're insured in case you're hit by any type of storm. 313-530-1698. That's 313-530-1698. Or email them directly, mark@swissinus.com. We get back. Detroit Pistons Summer League.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Actually, today we were out there with Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Kenny May, I forgot to mention earlier, was a super cool guy, and it actually has a super good cause that he roots for. But we had a winner from the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour, complete a foursome out there today, golfing with the likes of Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Braylon Edwards, and more. Guys, the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour is a real deal. Scan the QR code above my head for your opportunity to join the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour, brought to you by this Randy Wise Automotive Team. What up, there? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm easy, joined by Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
Young Chris Nicholas Koloff, a.k.a. Microwave Mario.
Let's go.
I don't know where Caleb went for the moment, but he will be back for those of you that enjoy the Caleb Cam. However, we got to talk about Detroit Pistons rookies who were in action this weekend. Ron Holland, Bobby Klitman. And Bobby Klitman, listen, when we first drafted him, I totally understand that it was a second round pick. We did it live on the show. We really liked the pick. And it felt gross. It felt nasty because, like, it's a second-round pick. It's Australia in a weak draft. And, he's from Australia. He kind of looked like what we got. And matter of fact, a little bit better passing than I expected, too. And that's a key attribute of a big man in today's NBA, at the very least. One that can pass for you. And obviously, he got the strap.
Yeah. Can I just gush over this real quick? Can I overreact? I'm gonna play some highlights, and I want you guys to overreact with me and indulge in this, because what I saw was phenomenal in this game. So shout out Jack Kelly, who put together this compilation of highlights for Bobby in his first Summer League game. So as you see here, just good unselfish playmaking, nice simple pass, simple read. But that's what blew me away, was his feel for the game. Like, watch some of these clips here. He has such a great feel for the game. He plays with the freedom. Cut to basket there for a nice little layup. And with his athleticism, he can finish well. He didn't finish that well in Europe, but he's been playing here. Here he pulls into a smooth dribble three. Just easy money. The shot looked good, but
and boom goes the dynamite.
Again, it was the playmaking that really, really stood out to me.
Yeah.
If you play with that level of confidence, if that level of creativity that he played with, there's going to be a pass coming up here. I believe it's this very next play, and he just right there, great connecting pass. Like, he showed me a lot of Nick Batum comps, which is funny because I watched an interview after this, and he actually said that was somebody that he really compared himself to.
Yeah.
So
Tobias is in there too.
What's that?
Oddly enough, Tobias is in there too.
Yeah, Tobias is in there too. So, I don't know if he's going to be quite the scorer that Tobias is, but he definitely seems to be the connector piece that Nick Batum is. But overall, this guy is phenomenal. I mean, he had a one-handed pass where he just whipped it, absolutely whipped it. Like, nobody comes into their Summer League debut game as a second-round draft pick and plays with that level of confidence and decision-making. So the playmaking really, really stood out. Even though the numbers weren't good for him, but to come into this situation, he just showed a great feel for the game, and that's going to be a difference between him being just somebody that fights and scratches his way into the rotation and being a key rotational piece on a very good team.
What grade are you giving it?
This performance, I mean, considering where he was, second round in a weak draft class, that's an A performance. Like 40% from three, and you can't beat that.
I'd give it a B plus A minus. It was a good performance. And you know what they say? floor seats crypto. I got my tool in. Fourth quarter young. Why the fuck Batum in?
That's true.
It's facts. But no, you're right. His shooting was as advertised. He looked very fluid, very, very comfortable with his jump shots, both off the dribble and catch up, spot up opportunities on the outside, deep threes. But the thing that stood out to me was the passing. It was the big passing. He looked very comfortable making touch passes. From himself to I can't remember the center's name, but he played pretty well too.
He did.
Bobby looked good out there. He looked very good. It's Bobby, bitch. You catching bodies, bitch. And I was excited to see him make these kind of passes because you're gonna need that. If you are a big on this team, they're gonna want to move the ball around a lot more, especially with the guys you're gonna have coming in, whether it be Isaiah Stewart or Jalen Duren or Paul Reed. These are guys that are active around the bucket, and if you're getting looks at you because of your shooting prowess, you're going to be able to push the ball around to some guys for some open opportunities. So I was excited to see that. He looked damn good passing the ball and facilitating from the low block. So I was impressed with that for sure.
That was good. Now you got a first-round pick, Ron Holland. Started off the attributes you'd like to see, attributes we were promised. First and foremost, actually, I want to apologize to you, Spinny, and Brian Keith, I believe it is, out there on Twitter, where I was having that back and forth with. I think that he could play power forward. He looked a lot smaller out there.
Yeah.
Once you actually got him out there.
Yeah,
and
he's a wing.
Yeah. It's for sure probably going to play a wing. Unless he grows. I mean, he's young enough for that to happen. But I was definitely wrong about his size, actually seeing him out there. Yeah. But you look it up. The same way they did was with Cade. When Cade was drafted, he was the 6'8" point guard. He gets here, he's 6'6". Same situation with Ron Holland. But you saw the athleticism. However, that second half of the game, everything kind of just delayed there. At one point, got blocked 3 straight times in a row by some guy I'd never even heard of, Tucker. What's your grade for Ron Holland's performance?
I would say a C. Flat C. Because the first half was great. He looked great in the first half. He had some nice finishes around the bucket, got into the lane, drawing fouls, knocked down some free throws, had a nice mid-range jumper. And like you said, you saw the athleticism and the speed in the open floor. In the second half, I don't know. I feel like he was trying a little too hard. He was trying to force the issue a little too much rather than letting the game come to him and trusting in his teammates. So we'll see what happens tonight, but I expect him to bounce back. He did have an opportunity to absolutely posterize somebody and just missed, but drew the foul. And he got to the line a lot. I like to see that. There were some opportunities where his teammates missed him, where he was streaking down the floor ahead of the pack,
I saw it
and the pass just wasn't there. That happened a couple times where he would have gotten some nice, wide open fast break dunks, which definitely would have helped his confidence. But I'm not going to overanalyze any summer league performance. Yep. Let's see, let him get settled, let him get the flow of the game, get used to his teammates a little bit more, and I'm sure he'll improve as the summer league progresses.
Yeah, he finished with the team high, 15 points. He did show up on the defensive end. That part was as advertised.
That looked good.
2 blocks. I think it was a couple steals. Maybe statistically just 1 steal. Okay, 2 steals. And you saw him there, I guess being an issue or just very bothersome for some people, even fast break opportunities where you might have a stat to run away with after it, but as 1 steal.
Yep.
Yeah, but there was still somewhere he was effective enough where it caused a turnover and may have not gotten the stack for it. He was there defensively, he's offensively, but this is what he was coming in. We knew he was this type of project. The kid's, he's 18 or 19?
18.
19? 18?
18.
18. We knew he was going to be a project, so I'm not tripping over it, but I mean, him getting blocked those 3 times in a row was kind of that is the one part I guess I didn't like.
But again, both of these prospects have a similar problem in that they really need to grow, and they need to grow as NBA bodies. Like Bobby, looked awesome. He looked fluid, but he's also very skinny, and he's not going to be able to use those same moves that he was using in this game against the next level. And Ron Holland, the same thing. And another thing, too, that we talked about specifically when we got into the 3-point and really breaking that part of Ron Holland's game down is a lot of it was self-creation. And you got to assume that, again, at the next level, he's not being asked to do that, at least at this point in his career. He's going to be looked at as, stand in the corner for threes and cut when you have a good read on making it to the basket and making a play. That's going to be what he's going to do. So you're hoping that some of this 5 for 15 really turns to better generated shots because of Cade Cunningham. And at the end of the day, too, I think this guy, a good thing is that I don't expect either of these guys to be key rotation pieces this year. I really don't. And I think that's a good thing that you have a 5th pick that you can allow him to, although he's young, grow into his role rather than force him to be, a starter day one. That's what I think the previous Piston regime did, and it failed miserably. When you throw guys like Sadiq Bey into roles that are over their head, you just it's sink or swim. And now Ron Holland's going to be in a much better situation than that.
Caleb?
Impressed by Clinton. I think he's going to be able to grow a lot from a player that he says he compares himself to in Tobias Harris. He's a way better shooter than I thought. I honestly didn't know much about him when we I actually didn't know anything about him when we drafted him. But he looks long. He's able to shoot. And like Spenny said, I think his playmaking was better than expected. When it comes to Ron Holland, I mean, I'm not going to overreact about this performance. I mean, it's Summer League. It's his first start. Like Chris said, hopefully we could turn those 6 for 15s or whatever he was to like 7 for 11s when he's playing with Cade Cunningham, and he's going to be able to, cut and get open. And there was a couple times I thought that Ron Holland was wide open.
Yes.
And they didn't give him the ball. Marcus Sasser or Jenkins, there was a couple times that they had the ball and they didn't hit Ron Holland. But I'm not going to overreact here. I think he's going to be a good player. I will say he does play hard. And, he was going for loose balls. He was going for every rebound. And that's something I like to see out of a 18, 19-year-old kid.
And you
mentioned a name real quick, Jenkins. I like that kid.
He looked good.
Yeah, I like that kid a lot.
Yeah.
I hope maybe he makes the team, honestly.
And I'll say this really quickly. If you come out of this draft with projecting years down the line, a starting caliber wing and a rotational wing, that is a home run draft. Especially for your first draft and you just taking the job weeks before. Like, this guy has a history of drafting good wings, so I think we can kind of maybe buy in a little earlier than you normally would just because of his history. But again, if you get a starting caliber wing and a rotational wing out of this draft is a home run.
So you're saying Trajan Langdon just drafted us Kawhi Leonard and Boris Diaw?
I mean, nobody's Boris Diaw. Come on. Actually, Boris Diaw had it.
Boris Diaw was a
so
problem,
nice,
bro.
I love Boris Diaw.
Boris Diaw was dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you, Chris. If both of these guys end up being good players for the Pistons for a while, yeah, and it's a good start. Like I said, I'm not gonna take too much or too little from any singular Summer League game, but you liked what you saw out of a lot of them, Nick.
And for the other people taking a lot about somebody's named Matas' Summer League game, he went 4 for 15 in his first game, so he shot like shit as well. So let's just let's hit the brakes on everything here. Holland's going to be just fine. I think he needs the ball in space a little earlier, like we alluded to, his teammates getting him the ball quicker, and I think he's going to be just fine if he's not in such congested lanes where it feels like he wasn't able to finish like we were able to see on some video going into this. And but I'm excited for this game.
Oh, so that one game was the second game then? The 28-point game or whatever?
Yeah.
You had like a couple threes. In
I was going to post a picture of Henry Ellenson under all the quotes about that.
And remember,
why didn't you?
Maybe Trajan knows something because he signed this second-round pick to 4 years. This is the first year you could do that. So, he showed a tremendous amount of faith offering him a 4-year contract at his prospect. So maybe he's seen something that we didn't see.
Man, we got to go to break. I got to send something crazy. I'll show you guys during the break, but tell us about Les Stanford.
Les Stanford, what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford, together. Let's ride.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at LesStanford.com today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Cookies, crispy chicken and pizza is taking over. Michigan locations are blowing up all over Metro Detroit. Make sure you tap in. They got the best chicken in the game and the best biscuits, and of course, that New York style pizza. They just opened a location in Madison Heights. To find one near you, go to Sorokis.com. Sorokis. Now that's crispy.
I hate when you do that.
It's dramatic pause, man.
Yeah. It's way too dramatic.
People love
that's
it.
crispy.
The people love it.
Gets the people going.
Gets the people going. Keeps them on the edge.
Am I tripping on the Jenkins thing before we move on?
I mean, yeah. Well,
You made a face too, though.
no, he looked good for sure. Like he looked good. He was making plays, but I don't expect him to be a guy.
How about Sasser, real quick, Nick? You're the one that made us all lose money this
Yeah,
weekend.
he said, "You're welcome, boys."
Sasser or Nick guaranteed is lock of the week.
He said 25. He started 0 for 7 from deep or from the field. My bad. And the only one he hit, they called back.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, were you guys kind of all in the same boat? You thought he was at least gonna, be the leader.
When you said that, I didn't think it was crazy, and I just didn't get the bet in time.
Thank
Glad
God.
I missed it. Yeah,
I don't know if anybody backed it. I don't think anybody.
I didn't. Yeah.
Nobody
Caleb was
backed
all
it.
about
So
it.
we're
Did you lose
good.
money on it, Caleb?
I was late too.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Thankfully. But anytime Microwave Nick throws a bet out there, I'm in.
All right, hell yeah,
Shout out to
Caleb.
Microwave Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We got to hang out with a bunch of NFL players today.
Pretty cool.
A couple guys Super Bowl rings, some guys just legends in the damn game. One thing that's prominent when you talking to all these guys, quarterback coach combo. Everyone brings it up when it comes like winning in the NFL. And I saw a power ranking from Colin Cowherd. Didn't agree with it, not surprised.
Yep.
But I figured we do our own
Okay.
quarterback coach rankings. Spinny.
You want me to go first? Oh.
Right.
Labrador. Labrador. Labrador.
You go first.
You won.
All right, I'll go first.
I'm pretty sure you just didn't know he won.
No, I won. I knew I won. I was gonna allow him to go first.
Oh,
Because I don't even remember who I picked.
All
I did
right.
this. I sent this to Caleb yesterday,
go.
I think.
Let's
So
see,
we're
this
breaking
is
this up.
6
So
through
this is the
10.
first half. So
Refresh
6 through 10. So
refresh your memory.
all right. At 10, I had Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni.
Wow. Wow.
Are you wow on that one or what?
There's two people on this list that I don't even have on mine.
Wow, which one?
And Jackson and Harbaugh is pretty low.
Pretty low.
Yeah.
So this one was kind of tough to do
Wow.
because I do think you could you could make sense of a quarterback coach combos. However, it's not always like the head coach. I think the Detroit Lions are one of those situations where had it been, and obviously I love Dan Campbell. I would honestly, if Dan Campbell were Super Bowl, I'd get a Dan Campbell tattoo. I love him that much.
Interesting.
I don't get starstruck too often. Obviously, we're out there today. I would probably get a little bit like around Dan Campbell. He's a fucking man. But the coach combo I would give him, or if I would raise Goff to the top 5 or higher, would have been Ben Johnson. Like, yes, Dan Campbell is like the attitude behind it
But
all.
I think that's an important factor as well.
What, the attitude?
The attitude, do you think this team would have been as
And
successful
that's
if they
absolutely
had
fair.
Dan
But
Campbell?
we got to witness 2021 before Ben Johnson. It was Dan Campbell and Jared Goff.
It wasn't just before Ben Johnson. It was before you had the roster you have. It was before,
it was still all the same leading wide receivers that they had that same year.
Yeah, but did they
Same
have
exact
Aiden
ones.
Hutchinson? Did they have Kirby Joseph? Did they have Brian Branch? Did Amon-Ra St.
What's
Brown
the
play
defense
a
to do
full
with
year?
the offensive performance of Jared Goff?
What? I'm saying the team success.
Oh yeah, well I'm talking about the duo, the quarterback coach duo. I guess I can't really point to the offensive success of 2021. Can you keep that up, Chris? I just don't remember my list by heart. To where I would have had it higher than that one. I mean, Ben Johnson is the guy that kind of helped revive that.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at where
hear
you
them all
have them
talk
higher
about it
than
all the
I
time.
do.
I had him higher than you do.
Yeah.
Wow, and you're giving me flack.
For who?
No, I'm
Campbell?
just saying I think it plays a role.
I know Jalen Hurts and Sirianni were in the Super Bowl, but obviously we saw after the departure of
They're not even on my list.
Shane Steichen going to Indianapolis to coach the Colts, where they almost made the playoffs last year. A lot different. Jalen Hurts looked like he was running a high school offense out there with just Nick Sirianni, and that's why it's kind of tough to pair these guys. Head coaches aren't necessarily like the offensive savants as the offensive coordinators are, or calling the plays like that. Tua and McDaniel, is that the one you said? Did you say wow to that one at all?
Yeah, I don't have your 9 or 10 even on my list.
That's crazy. You don't have Tua and McDaniel in there. Tua and McDaniel have cashed in back-to-back top 5 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, despite injuries. Love and LaFleur, I wouldn't love to have them higher, but I would need another year of it. I think Love obviously projects to be a great, player. We just need LaFleur. I just got to see another combination of it for me to put them a little higher than that. Here's your Jared Goff over Love for those fan base. But then, Jackson and Harbaugh, I have that up there, and I get Harbaugh, similar situation to Dan Campbell. He's more of like the executive type where he is delegating those offensive duties, but I've seen Harbaugh do it with 2 different quarterbacks now.
I can't. Yeah, that's really low for me. I think that's way too low for them.
I have my number 6 just because I believe between the two of them together, they only have one AFC Championship appearance, and it was the collapse of last year. So
it's fair.
I couldn't really have them too much higher than that one. The other guys above, you'll see tomorrow why I had them.
That's fair. That's fair. I have Jackson and Harbaugh a lot higher than you do on that list, but my list of my 6 through 10. At number 10, I have Love and LaFleur. At number 9, I have Goff and Campbell. Number 8, I have Herbert and Harbaugh.
Wow, they haven't hit the field yet.
Yeah, but I know who they are. I know what type of head coach Jim Harbaugh is, and I know what type of quarterback that Herbert is. At number 7, I have Purdy and Shanahan.
Wow.
Just because I'm not sold on Brock Purdy being that guy yet.
Now that one's low to me.
I've seen Shanahan do this with multiple different quarterbacks. I'm not sold on Brock Purdy being an elite level quarterback. If I was, I would have him a lot. I would have that tandem a lot higher. But I just think Shanahan, obviously a top 3 coach in the NFL, but Purdy, I put him in the same tier as Goff and Tua when it comes to quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And then at number 6, I have C.J. Stroud and DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah, actually. So no Tua McDaniel.
Yes.
We got Herbert and Harbaugh on there.
Yes.
Stroud and Ryans. That's another one where I'm not at 6 kind of high.
Yeah, that one was definitely a little high. I'm not. I'll take all the slack from that, but I think CJ Stroud's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I guess it was so tough to do because it matters. But with Stroud, Ryans, another situation where I can't really point directly to DeMeco Ryans for the success of CJ Stroud, And you admitted to, obviously you're
for sure. Fan. Yeah, but it takes something. These guys, these leader of men coaches, they're not just completely useless. They are important pieces to their team as well.
For sure.
And if DeMeco Ryans was this analytic, genius, they would be in the top 3 probably for me. But that's where I have that. What was the Herbert and Harbaugh one? I think Jim Harbaugh is one of the best football coaches on the planet. And Justin Herbert is an insane quarterback talent. He's just had Brandon Staley as his head coach for his whole career, which has not done him any favors.
Caleb, reactions? Nick?
Well, Nick has one. I don't know if Nick wants to throw his up there.
Yeah,
before.
I do have one.
All right, let's put it up.
I was kind of waiting on some react. All right,
we want to do it now, or I could.
Let's save Nick's after the breaks. We're up against it. Give us some reactions for the first 2.
I really like Spenny's list. I think easy. I think you disrespected Lamar and Harbaugh a little bit. I know they collapse in the playoffs, but they keep getting there, and they've been really, really good year after year.
Only one AFC championship.
I know that's true, but I just think you look at the talent of Lamar, and then you look at the coach himself of Harbaugh. That combination is. I think they're going to get one eventually. And yeah, I really like that you added Ryans and Stroud. It's bold, but DeMeco Ryans turned that franchise around, and Stroud is a top 5 quarterback in the league, in my opinion, top 5, top 6. So yeah. I like that, and and also another thing I like that Purdy and Shanahan weren't in the top 5 because I'm not a Brock Purdy guy either.
Yeah, see, I think that's incredibly low. If we're giving Harbaugh all the credit for stuff he's done in the past. Shanahan has done it time and time, over and over again, despite who.
Where would you have Garoppolo and Shanahan then? Because they've had the same success as Purdy and Shanahan.
Well, no, because I guess Garoppolo did go to that other NFC Championship game.
Super
They
Bowl.
lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
Did they go to Super Bowl?
They both went to one Super Bowl.
They lost one.
I guess the thing
I think Purdy's a better quarterback though than Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'm not mad at that either.
Like, I would probably have Garoppolo and Shanahan like where you had them. Me personally, I'm a little hint towards tomorrow's, but yeah, I had Shanahan and Purdy higher.
I don't even know if I'd have Garoppolo and Shanahan on the list.
See, I can't like just count out a guy that's been to the Super Bowl, been to multiple NFC championships, have him not in my top 10.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not a good quarterback.
I would be in my top 10 guys that's visited the NFC championship game.
I don't have Sirianni and Hurts in my list because I don't believe in Sirianni at all. I don't think he's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I weighted it pretty heavily. Like if you were a really good quarterback but not a good coach, it's not going to do it for me.
Yeah, I guess one error I guess I did in mine is
the other way around.
I tied the coach to too much to the quarterback in terms of like the offense. I should have did it more as like the coach.
Yeah.
And then the quarterback.
That's what I did.
That's why you had Campbell over.
Thing.
That's why you had Goff and Campbell over LaFleur and Love, right? Was just that you weighed the coach more.
Well, just not even that. They just went further. The sample size I have of them is the NFC Championship game where as much as LaFleur's in the past, that's probably if I would have weighed the whole resume, probably could have arguably had him over him.
Yeah, I didn't really weigh the quarterback's success tied to the coach. I did it like overall. I was like, who are the best coaches in the NFL? Who are the best quarterbacks in the NFL? If you combine the two scores, who's going to be the highest?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I did mine.
Yeah, Shanahan. I mean, you like Kyle Shanahan a lot too, though.
Yeah, I do. I just don't think Brock Purdy's that great of a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think if you had anybody else in my top of the quarterbacks that I put over Shanahan and Purdy, they win a Super Bowl.
I like Purdy, which, by the way, maybe we'll get to this at some point in today's show, too. ESPN, we did the rankings all week last week. They finally dropped the NFC quarterback rankings. I don't know if they dropped the quarterback rankings in total.
Crazy, dude.
We'll talk about that, but we'll get to it more. We are up against it. We have to go to break. When we get back, we got Nick's list and more. But first, Smitty, tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. With more than 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm boy Easy, joined by Spencer Raxter, Chris, Nicholas, Koloff. We got Caleb in the building as well. We're kind of discussing Lamar Jackson stuff. I just said that beyond the MVP and then the one AFC Championship, it's that they haven't cooked up anything beyond that. You know,
I just look at it like you said. I separated them. I didn't look at their body of work together. I looked at who are the best quarterbacks in the NFL, who are the best head coaches in the NFL, and you got a two-time MVP and a Super Bowl winning head coach.
Yeah, I guess if I were to regrade it, maybe I'll do it this way for tomorrow.
I almost put Russ and Tomlin on there.
Whoa.
I'm happy you did not do
that.
that.
I almost did. I almost snuck him in there, but then I forgot. I didn't have Herbert and Harbaugh in there at first. I was like, oh, no, I got that.
Yeah, the thing too for me with Hurts and Sirianni is like Hurts still started off the season pretty strong. It faded after the tape was out.
Yeah.
And he's looking.
And
he got some type of injury
Sirianni
as
is
well.
not a good coach. I'm going to stand by that. Like, he's had super teams,
He's
and
a
he
coach,
hasn't
he's
been
not
able
a
to
great
cash one in.
coach.
I don't think he's a good coach.
Like at all.
No. I think a good coach wins the Super Bowl with those rosters.
Yeah, that fall off they had is.
that's
I mean,
fair.
you have to put. Some of the blame on
Yeah.
Sirianni. If not,
And, like,
all.
they're going to be.
Definitely deserves
Yeah.
like blame. I'm not willing to say he's a bad coach.
The Eagles are going to be great next year, but that's because they signed two
Great
fantastic coordinators.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I guess what I'll do tonight, I'll look at the 5 that I gave you, and I'll just give them like scores, like Goff 6 and Campbell 8, and then I'll mathematically do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, would that make more sense if I did it that way?
No, you stick to your list. Yeah, we just did it a little differently.
It's fair. We have another list to get to. It is microwave Knicks.
Yeah, speaking of the list here, fellas, I don't know if there's a graphic, but if not, let's roll, baby. We are stopping at 10 with Love and LaFleur. You know what I think Love and LaFleur, great duo, but haven't done it the longest, and you're going to be surprised when you see one in the top 5 when we're talking about longevity here. I got McDaniel and Tua. I love watching this duo cook. Honestly, with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, I know they got a lot of talent on the outside, but watching that offense is so much fun, and they seem to win in the regular season. Obviously, the playoff success has not come yet, but I'm going Taylor and Burrow as well, because when healthy, Burrow gets the job done. Zach Taylor, I don't know if he really gets all the credit for it.
I like
Zach Taylor a lot.
Because Burrow, Jamar Chase, you think about the weapons as well. I just love watching that offense play, and obviously they've been to a Super Bowl. They seem to be one of the only teams that can beat Kansas City when it comes to actual big games. So I give them a nod there. And then Josh Allen and McDermott. McDermott, a little sketchy here, but I think Josh Allen helps him out with just pure talent when it comes to picking up wins. I love watching the Bills offense play when Josh Allen, he's electric.
So of all time.
Exactly. Right with on the same level as God, what was the other guy? Steve Young. And at number 6, I'm going Shanahan and Purdy outside of my top 5 for a couple reasons. Purdy, you guys kind of said it earlier. Purdy, Garoppolo, who do you want to throw in there? I think it's a lot more on Shanahan maybe than it is the quarterback within that system. And he's also choked in 3 massive situations. I know he's gotten to those big games, but he's also choked in them. And I felt one of the biggest things was the overtime mishap of last year in the Super Bowl.
Can you put Nick's list back up there?
All right.
Is Goff and Campbell in your top 10?
No, they're in his top 5.
They're in your top 5.
Yeah, they're not in his bottom 5, so they're definitely in his top 5.
Are they in your top 10?
If you want a little tease for tomorrow.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. Yeah, okay, there's 2 teams in the top 5 that I have them up there for a reason.
JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
The Bears, baby.
I would not be
The
surprised.
Bears. No, it's the Lions had the 23rd ranked defense last year.
Okay.
And this team still picked up wins. We had a top 5 ranked, or top 3, I believe, ranked offense. I know a lot of that's Ben Johnson, but who hired Ben Johnson? This guy's a leader of men. And Jared Goff, when he finally got a competent team around him, won 2 playoffs games in his first seasons with a very, very, very bad defense last year.
Brother.
What up, no?
So you have
number 1 over Mahomes.
You have Goff and Campbell over Burrow and Taylor, who've been to
Super Bowl.
Multiple AFC championship games.
Yes.
Lions fans.
You have over
Are you
Allen.
with me?
No.
I'm not.
Lions fans.
Let me know in the chat. Lions fans.
Purdy and Shanahan, similar situation, same situation too. Like,
What was their defense? You think about
their defense
the
actually
stacked,
wasn't great last year.
You think about the stacked defense on the 49ers, though. And then you think about, I got to think that the Bengals had a better ranked defense than the 23rd ranked defense when they went to the Super Bowl.
But wouldn't that be a
This
knock on
defense
Campbell as a
has been
coach,
bad.
too?
No. Why would that be a knock on Campbell?
He's the coach of the 23rd ranked defense.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm giving them a little bit of credit for the offense, I guess, yeah, that could be a reason why. But I just think the talent wasn't there on the defensive end. Where you think about maybe guys like on that Super Bowl team, like a DJ Reader. I believe they still had Hendrickson at the time. You think about just other players that they had. I can't go off the rip.
Their
with
offensive
it,
line was dog shit. He got sacked like 7 times in a playoff game, and they still won.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
Sounds
when they
like
played
you
the
guys got him maybe in your top 5. Find out
when
tomorrow.
they played the Titans,
Yeah, 7 or
he
9
got
times,
sacked. I think, I was gonna say 9, but I thought that was crazy. But I do
Pretty sure
think it was 9.
Yeah, I think it
and
was
they
9.
still won that game.
I have the utmost confidence in this coaching and quarterback duo. That's why they are in my top 5.
I'm not mad
going
at
forward.
it. I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad, just confused.
I wouldn't put him over
Doesn't
Purdy
matter
and
if you have
Shanahan
one ass
personally,
cheek and 3
but
toes.
I will beat your ass.
that's fair.
Let's
He's gonna
go,
beat your
Dan
ass.
Campbell. That's interesting.
Oh, it's interesting.
Let's go.
He was sacked 9 times.
Yeah, 9 times in that game against Tennessee.
And they went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nick,
That was a terrible offensive line.
it's your ranking. I just make a conversation, I guess.
Yeah, well, can you look up what their Cincinnati's defense was that year? The keys on this laptop keep busting over.
You're not supposed to use that laptop for.
You can't do
internet
video.
browsing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Caleb, how do you feel about Nick's list?
Yeah. What's the word?
Interesting.
It's interesting.
It's aggressive.
The Campbell
Lions
Goff.
fans.
Yeah, the Goff Campbell is a little bit aggressive, but I mean, I don't necessarily hate it, Nick.
I'm not. No, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
but-
Can I let me look at it one more time?
And I guess I will say one thing about the list is it changes a lot in my eyes, maybe as a Lions fan specifically, that they turned it around here. And I guess the Bengals did that as well. They never really had success in the past before Burrow and, Zach Taylor. So I guess like those two things, maybe I was sleeping on them a little bit. But I think to do it in Detroit for the first time in my lifetime, that holds a lot of weight in my book, personally. And I think they're going to continue the success moving forward. And you're going to see some more teams that have had that success in the future or in the past.
I'm sorry, I was reading a comment over sports chat. Yeah. I mean,
Chris, what do you think? Am I psycho or what?
that's your
No,
out,
I mean, I would have Burrow. I would have Burrow and Taylor higher just because Burrow has a proven track record. Let me look back at yours just to make sure.
Well, I mean, it's not like Goff doesn't have a proven track record. He's been
I know. I'm not even talking specifically over Goff and Campbell. I just if I was doing mine, I'll do my 5 just for fun tomorrow, just to see if I have them 5. But I feel like I'd have them 5 or 6, Burrow and Taylor. But just because of that combo and I don't hate Allen and McDermott at 7. I really don't, because Josh Allen is either a superhero or a super dud. But overall, I'm not too mad at this list. I think I'd have to really see how your top 5 shakes out in order to really judge it. But
it's tough. I almost feel like, you guys tell me if I'm wrong or not. I know he's a polarizing topic, but I almost feel like if it weren't for Patrick Mahomes, Allen might have a Super Bowl.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You would for sure.
If it wasn't Patrick Mahomes just smacking him down every year,
Yeah.
that's the only guy stopping him every single time.
Having to go against Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead in the playoffs every year, that sucks.
Torture.
Yeah, and to be fair, that one year they just didn't have another opportunity to score.
Yeah,
they were just going back and forth the entire time.
Also, we've seen him struggle with turnovers at times. What does it look like against an elite defense in a Super Bowl with the stakes raised so high? We haven't seen it yet. For when it comes to just turnover base, that's it. On Josh Allen, I know the talent, everything. He's electric to watch, and obviously all he does is win games. But I think you have to, when you talk about Josh Allen, you have to talk about the turnovers as well.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, Bills versus Chiefs playoffs last year. I don't think he turned the ball over in that game, and they still ended up losing. I believe it was by a field goal. In other situations, like, not on him. Obviously, he had the whole game to make plays though. But like, that's a top tier defense. The Chiefs defense last year, best secondary in the league. He only had 1 touchdown, 186 yards. He was running the ball as well, though. I hate when people try to bring the turnover stuff with Josh Allen, and I do get this. Sometimes he's on some streaks. But I remember the year previously, he had that weird elbow injury, the UCL. It was very similar to what Brock Purdy got hurt with in the NFC Championship game. And like this year, some of it was just some dumb, silly shit. Only 18, though. It's kind of good for him.
Yeah.
As crazy as that is to say.
Breaking news. Per TMZ.
Oh, no.
50 Cent will be performing at the Republican National Convention.
What?
What the fuck? He's gonna
do many
50
men.
Cent's gonna do many men, and Donald Trump's gonna come out on
Blood
stage.
in my eyes, dog, and I can't see.
That's hype. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. Here to try to take my life away. Donald Trump, play that part again.
Yeah. I put a hole in it for fucking with me, dude.
Dude,
that'd be crazy.
That's gonna be legend. That's gonna be legendary.
This whole thing's crazy. I'm glad it survived because the memes have been top tier.
A1.
A1.
Like I said, it's one of the best days in Twitter history. Like just watching everything come in.
Tell us about KDK Law. Easy.
I'll tell you, it's a hell of a transition there. KDK Law, the best in the biz. Go see Kevin and Catherine right here in Birmingham. You scan the QR code above my head and tell them the heavyweight sent you, and they will pay your filing fee. What's KDK Law? If you deal with any family issues like divorce, custody, visitation, any other family law issues, KDK Law, Kevin and Catherine will have your back. Just tell them the heavyweight sent you, they'll pay your filing fee. Scan the QR code above my head. It's KDK Law.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Dispo Dispensary is the best in the business, guys. Scan the QR code above my head, and not only will you get $10 to spend in store, but you'll also automatically be entered in a raffle to win an autographed helmet and or jersey from your favorite football team. You see the colors on this graphic. I think you have an idea of what football team we're talking about here. That's Dispo Dispensary, location plug. Find one near you. Visit disposhops.com. You must be 21 up and older to participate. Must be 21 up and older to participate. A partipper deck.
What'd you say?
Grab that scabbard. Grab that scabbard. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. I'm easy. Spin more racks.
Hello.
Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff, aka Microwave Mario.
Go.
We have Caleb in the building as well. Smash that like button. Couple places we could take this one.
I do want to do. Somebody said home run derby.
Yeah,
save it for later.
Yeah,
I want to do that in the list.
Yeah, my guy Birdie's in the chat. He's been hitting me all day for like to join some app so you can do a free bet like on the derby. He's really trying to go hard in the derby. So
I just did a $10 free one.
Hook him up with a funny one.
Hey, Nick, did they do
I'm
the
pulling
full
it up right now.
list?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pulling it up. I gotta sign in and shit.
All right, maybe I should have sent this video in to Nick or to Chris, and I will at some point. But Jeremy Fowler, we followed it all last week. They're doing position rankings. We found the Detroit Lions, and I think every single one of them outside of defensive tackles. I think we're in edge rushers. We're damn sure an offensive line. Gibbs made the top 10 for running backs. Wide receivers, I haven't seen come out yet, but if obviously we know Amon-Ra's in there. Jared Goff, though. As a teaser, Jeremy Fowler let out his top 5 NFC guys on that list, and Jared Goff came in at number 2. Above Jordan Love.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Just below.
Sounds about right to me.
Just below.
Ting.
Matthew Stafford.
It's my quarterback.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling?
I mean, yeah, that sounds reasonable to me. I would.
Oh, shit, that's post blue up.
I would put Stafford over him, but I would put Goff over everybody else. The only two that I think you could really argue it would be Hurts and Love.
Yeah. I did it in my head the other day, and I probably should have wrote this down knowing it was going to be a topic, but I forgot to even put it on here because of the golf outing today. But yeah, I mean, I would Stafford, yeah. Love, yeah. NFC might just be those two.
Kyler, Purdy.
I mean, there could be an argument for Purdy. I know people don't want like to hear that, but like I was very impressed with what I saw in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I have the list.
All right, let's hear it.
Should we break it down?
All quarterbacks, or
I got all of them.
We got the video first.
Yeah, do you want to do the video?
Yeah,
I
let's do
got
the video
3
first.
I got 3 cam just to be safe. Here we go.
Lift your team up when they're struggling. He needs support around him. Jared Goff, how about this upset? Number 2. I consider this at least a mild upset. 3 years ago, this guy couldn't get a single vote in my project. Now he's knocking on the door of the elite status. One NFL coordinator said he's the very best in the NFL throwing against zone coverage.
Knocking on the door of elite status. Before you even show this list, I'm assuming he's like 5 or 6. If you say knocking on the door of elite.
Well, you're wrong.
Knocking on the door of elite, I bet he's at 8.
Well, you're wrong as well.
Wow.
Over, under. I'm going to reset the market here.
Okay.
6.5.
Under.
Correct. All right. Let's go through this.
7.
So how do you guys want me to go from 10 or the quarterbacks ahead of them?
That's a great question.
Just go from 10.
Go from the quarterbacks ahead of him.
Yeah, go from guys ahead of him.
Yeah,
All right.
shit, Chris.
You guys want to predict the top 5 real quick?
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yep.
Mahomes,
Allen.
Lamar.
Mahomes, Lamar.
Mahomes and Joe Burr, who we were just talking about in the quarterback and coach rankings. Joe Burr gets the nod.
Jared Burr gets the nerd.
Gets the nod right there. Are you
I
guys
mean,
surprised?
Joe Burrow at 2?
I like Joe
very
Burrow.
surprised.
I like Joe Burrow a lot, but I would not put him at 2.
Would not put him at 2.
I think that's aggressive.
I listen.
I would put him at 4, 5 even.
People think I hate Joe Burrow. I saw someone, I think it was Paul Thomas. I don't think he's in the chat today. I don't hate Joe Burrow. Same thing. I hate the overglazing of some guys. I think he's just one of them. Great quarterback. Gets glazed. There's no way I'd put him over Josh Allen.
I wouldn't put him over Josh Allen.
I don't know if I'd put him over Lamar.
I wouldn't put him over Lamar either. I don't know if I'd put him over Stroud.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he's not won a game against the Ravens. I could be wrong. I'm thinking of the Browns, actually.
Yeah.
No, wow. Joe Burrow, number 2. Okay.
Joe Burr, number 2.
Lamar's got to be 3. Or Josh Allen.
Going to the best quarterback that can run and pass. Josh Allen at number 3, fellas. How you feeling?
Yeah.
You cool with that?
For sure.
Should be 2, but you take
Should
3.
be 2. Yeah.
Then we're going to go to the other guy you just mentioned, number 4, Lamar Jackson, with like a 75% winning record, 750% winning record, which is insane.
That is insane.
That is pretty crazy.
It's a good football team, man, all around, honestly.
He's a good football player.
With a great coach.
Yeah.
Great coach.
I'm not big on like the winning, always going to quarterbacks, you know?
No, but it definitely helps.
All right, this one surprised me. Number 5.
Who should we guess?
CJ Stroud.
Matthew Stafford.
Rabbit at Scabbard.
CJ Stroud.
Old school 9 god, Matthew Stafford gets the number 5. And this is all, like we said, coaches, executives, talent evaluators, scouts. Yes, Stafford at number 5 there. We got Herbert at 6.
Ooh.
You guys cool with that? Above
Goff.
Few guys, yeah.
I
Herbert.
would put Stroud above Herbert. I love CJ Stroud. I love Jim Caldwell, but I'm not mad at it. Herbert's shown that he is elite level talent.
We got breaking news courtesy of our own Detroit Kool-Aid.
Oh shit.
Smash the over. It's Bobby night because Ron Holland is resting today.
Are
He is
you
not playing in this game.
kidding me?
He will play.
Relax.
He will play. He will play in the next game. But tonight's the Bobby night. Smash the over on Bobby points.
It's like these goddamn kids on their rest days. What happened to clocking in at 8, not going home until midnight?
I'm definitely not happy about that, but
Who cares?
Yeah.
Summer League. I couldn't give a
pissed.
shit. Couldn't give a shit less about Summer League.
yeah, you could have waited for that one, Nick, Chris.
I mean, it is breaking news. Shout out our own Detroit Kool-Aid for breaking it.
Shout out.
Yeah, that's disappointing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight. We got CJ Stroud at number 7 right behind Justin Herbert. I think I'm with you.
Wait.
I would put Stroud above Herbert. So that means Jared Goff is still not on the list.
And he's not number 8.
And
I said 8.
Stroud 7.
Yeah, I know. But I said Goff at 8, and you said incorrect.
That's right. We got another old friend in town.
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers gets the nod over Jared Goff after getting hurt in his 4th snap of the season last year. Aaron Rodgers at number 8. How you guys
Unnecessary
feeling?
shot. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I'm not mad if you put Aaron Rodgers over Goff right now. You obviously need to see him go out there and not have a chicken thigh for his leg. But he's still a dog. He fell off a little bit. Talent-wise, they still love him. You know what he can do. He's in a great situation to thrive. I'm not going to be too mad about it.
Easy. Aaron Rodgers, number 8.
If healthy, then I get the conversation. I'd like to see him healthy first. I mean, he is 40 years old. He is doing all kinds of, extracurricular activities. I don't know if he's gonna hold up.
I do not think he will hold up, and that's why I would put the quarterback of the Detroit Lions in front of him, and that's where he comes in right here, right behind him at number 9, Jared Goff, the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. Top 10 quarterback when it all comes down to it from everybody else in the NFL. I know we discussed this a lot this offseason. Fellas, how you feeling to see it from the NFL pundits?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds reasonable.
He's a top 5 quarterback. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Come on! No respect.
No, it's very reasonable. He had a hell of a season. Past 2 years, he's had hell of a season.
Reasonable. He's number 2.
It's
and he beat Mahomes twice.
He beat Mahomes twice. This is a very good ranking for him. It's a good spot for him to be in. You could argue he should be over Rodgers. I don't think you could argue that he should be over anybody else on that list.
Herbert?
No. Talent-wise, no. Like winning and stuff like that, yeah, obviously. But strictly quarterback talent evaluation, no. Jared Goff is not a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. I'm good with that. I'm good with him at 9.
Yeah, I'm good with him at 9 too. I had someone reach out to me after this list actually, and someone who is kind of plugged into certain people around the league, and they made sure to remind me that this isn't like every single scout, GM, exec coach. Just select ones that Jeremy Fowler has a relationship with that he can go to and ask these questions to, because he was salty that JG was ahead of Baker Mayfield. I think I get a telltale sign of who my source was on that one, but
yeah. Shout out Sammer.
But yeah, no. I mean, Jared Goff said. I've said if you have him anywhere from, was it like 8 to 12?
Yeah, 8 to 13, I think is what we said.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can't. I'm not gonna argue it.
Yeah, I'd like to see him getting some love here in the top 10. Like, that's what I'm happy with. I mean, he was the quarterback on an NFC Championship team, but a guy that actually beat hit. Well, actually, let's start with this number 10. Dak Prescott. So I'm glad he gets the nod in front of Dak, because I do not get the Dak hype whatsoever,
Well, dude,
Mr. I love choking
Dak
in
Prescott
playoff
had
scenarios.
an insane year last year. We know it was against some subpar defenses, but he put on an MVP caliber season last year. But I wouldn't put him at 10. I would put Jordan Love and Brock Purdy over Dak Prescott.
Yeah, honestly, I would put absolutely.
I'm trying to think of NFC or AFC quarterbacks that still aren't on this list.
The Dak stuff, man, it just blows my mind, really. Like, I can't wait for them to win 9 games this year. 8 or 9 games. I really fucking can't. It's just wild to, like, ride that hard when it's like, yeah, they're a good team. But, like, when you're facing fucking cupcake after cupcake after cupcake after cupcake, yeah, you're going to put up numbers against those very bad teams. It's going to be that way. And against any given Sunday, but obviously there's odds, there's favorites, like, for a reason, right? And the Cowboys were favored in a lot of the games last year, and they barely beat us. They actually got saved by the fucking referees to beat us. So, yeah, I'm not.
And they got punked by the Packers at home in the playoffs.
Jordan Love absolutely masterclass.
Yeah, against
on
that
the road.
Insane secondary.
Yeah.
Deron Bland was lucky. Like, he's not an elite corner. Deron Bland is not an elite corner. He gets torched a lot.
Skillful.
He's skillful, yeah. He's got great hands, but he was in a lot of pretty lucky situations last year.
Do you guys want to wrap up the honorable mentions?
Yeah, let's hear
Also
those honorable
received-
mentions.
Right now or after the break?
Right now.
All right. Honorable mentions. Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts not in the top 10, Tua, Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence. Do you guys have any problem with them not being in the top 10? Any of them? Jordan Love?
I would say I would put Jordan Love and Purdy both over Dak. Jalen Hurts, maybe. Tua, I don't really like Tua that much.
Yeah, love.
You would have to put Hurts, right? I mean, he did go to. I know the team's loaded, but he did go to a Super Bowl. Like
we're talking quarterback talent, though. This is in a vacuum, and I don't think Jalen Hurts is as talented as the other guys in the top 10.
As Dak?
No.
Oh.
What?
All right,
I
we
just
got
disagree
two.
with that.
What? That Jordan Love's better than Dak?
No, that Hurts over Dak. I would take that.
I know one of you guys is a Trevor fan.
The Dak stuff is weird to me. I mean, the Hurts stuff is weird to me. Like, cause I don't really know where to put him after all that. Like, because he did start the season kind of well. You know, it's not like he had a horrible season. The whole entire team just fell flat in the back half.
I don't know. I think there's like 4 quarterbacks in the NFL that are really hard to rank, and you might be able to throw Josh Allen in there just because he turns the ball over so much, but he's a freak athlete and he's super talented, so he's always going to be in the top 5. But I think it's like Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy. Like those 4 guys are really tough to rank just because Kyler Murray's been hurt, but we know he's talented, and his teams haven't been that great around him. Brock Purdy, is he just a product of the Kyle Shanahan offense and, you know, the talent around him and an amazing defense? Jared Goff, kind of the same thing. I mean, not the most talented guy in the world, but he delivers.
He's the best in the
world. But he delivers, you know, and he doesn't really make any mistakes. And then Jalen Hurts, he was very good, you know, in the beginning of the year, then just kind of fell off the face of the earth with the Eagles. So I think those 4 guys are really, really tough to rank. But I like Jared Goff being in the top 10.
Yeah, Hurts, for instance, only 3 more picks than Jared Goff, 7 less passing touchdowns, but what do you have, like 12 rushing?
Yeah.
I had to pull it up.
Josh Allen had like.
He's so hard to get a gauge on. Jalen Hurts.
I think Josh Allen had like 14 rushing touchdowns.
Guys I'd for sure have definitely be comfortable putting over Dak, though, is Brock Purdy and Jordan Love. Yeah. I don't know how Jordan Love isn't over Dak, to be honest with you. He just literally went to his house and.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say offensive things, but he cream pied his fucking wife in front of him. I mean,
all right, let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness.
He put on a clinic.
Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can stay comfortable and work on their fitness goals. They got tons of equipment, full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You can upgrade to the Black Card to get use of all the amenities like hydro massage, full body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. For more information, stop in at a Planet Fitness near you or go to planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where fitness is essential.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Now tell me something. Are you tired of the same old Detroit sports? Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today and get yourself some brand new hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com, click that shop tab today, get yourself some brand new merch.
Whoop, whoop. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live at woodwardsports.com. Your boy Easy, joined by Spencer Raxter,
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas Koloff, Caleb in the building. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I judge QB way more on intelligence than athleticism. Easy and Goff for the top 3 between the
Pistons and the nail biter.
How's the rookie doing?
Moving on. We have an update on the Detroit Pistons win total. It's set at 24.5.
Yeah.
It's kind of where I had them, right?
DraftKings 24.5.
How we feeling about that?
I'm smashing the over.
Smash the over.
Really?
I think you have to really ask yourself this question. Everybody's probably going to come to different numbers, but how much do you think that what do you think the Pistons record actually was last year? Given the factor of Monty making horrible coaching decisions, you had those couple games like the New York games where you got robbed, couple games where games got away from you. Some of those things happen, especially the young team. But I've had this argument with my boy Josh, and he felt like they were more of like a 20-win team, and I kind of agree. They probably should have got more somewhere in that 18-19 range. And so you're projecting a 5-win jump with not having Monty and also, another year of K's development plus a much better roster. I think a much better fitting roster. I think that's a pretty easy and fair jump to make.
Yeah, like I said, I think they should double their win total next year. And if they double their win total, they're clear over this. 24.5, I think, is a little disrespectful,
the house on it.
Honestly.
So disrespectful.
Yeah, like 10 more wins off of that team last year is not that hard. I think that, I know we said it last year, Monty Williams alone is a 10-win jump. But like a coach who wants to win, a coach who wants to be here is at least a 5-win jump. Like, so I don't think it's crazy to think of.
Yeah, I guess I had mine at 23.5. You guys slowly were talking me up it a little bit more, but yeah, I mean,
you had yours at 23.5.
Yeah, last week. That's why I just. Yeah, what do you mean? This is.
If we're truly starting to call 36 not crazy, then I think saying under 24
Y'all said
is
36
crazy.
isn't crazy. Just
I think we all said it's possible.
Yeah.
But I think some of us were more likely on
What
it.
channel
than others.
is the game on?
It's on NBA TV. So
254 if you have it. I think one thing about this over-under, which has not been said yet in this room, is at the end of every NBA season, oh, my groin hurts. Oh, my calf hurts. Oh, Cooper Flagg is the number 1 pick in the following draft. That's where the over-under would be worrisome in some situations if you aren't already at that 20. If you aren't already contending for a play-in, you will start to tank. That is what NBA teams do. And we've seen the Pistons do it over and over and over, play all of these G League players for the last 5 years at the end of the season, so you can continue to try to increase your draft percentage of a number 1 overall pick. But I think that's the only reason why this number is so low, is because if they don't get in contention, they could see them selling off pieces at the deadline and then tanking at the end of the season.
I think the good news is, though, that this year you're coming into where half of your rotation, if not more, and multiple starters are not on your Summer League roster.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very good sign for the Detroit Pistons that, you're not having a substantial part of your team play Summer League minutes here. So I think that, again, points to roster being better and
what pieces
internal
are
growth.
you going to be selling on the, like, Stu, Paul Reed, and Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Beasley, first one-year deal.
Yeah.
I think possibly Tim Hardaway.
You're not moving from Tobias.
No. Yeah. I mean, unless like someone's desperate that actually thinks that's a good contract for a contributing team in the playoffs.
We have a clip from JB Bickerstaff on the flagship station for the Detroit Pistons. Asked a specific question, which I'm going to stay at my 23.5 of because of his answer.
Let's hear it.
All right, let's hear it.
$100,000 question, $1 million questions have been around here is, can him and Ivy play together? Do you think they can play together, or is Ivy just a guy come off the bench, spark of energy, just a complete change of pace guy?
And there's no reason why, in my mind, they can't play together. It's a matter of, how you use them together. Like I think with Cade's size, his ability to rebound the basketball, his ability to throw the ball ahead. So now if you got a guy, like J.I. running the floor and he's catching the ball going towards the basket and Cade has advanced it to him, now he's playing, with his hips towards his rim, I think he can be a nightmare for people. So I think it's just about situations and how you use the two of them together. I do think, involving more off-ball actions for both of them and diversifying, the looks that they get, not just being – pick and roll heavy or, stationary. I think that gives them both an opportunity to work. So, those are things that we're going to, again, continue to study, watch the film, get the guys here together, break down the analytics and all those things. And then we'll make decisions from there.
So that's why you're taking the under, is because they're going to play together.
I don't say taking the under. I'm just at 24, 23.5, like 36 is crazy. Listen, we don't know what he's going to do yet. let him see these guys in practice first. Maybe help him make a decision. I think if anything, there's a possibility they do start together and it ends up like a staggered situation, like he had mentioned in the press conference. I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, I wasn't a fan to hear that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It could just be me. I don't know.
I think JB Biggerstaff is in for a rude awakening on day one of practice when he throws Cade and Ivy together. He's like, "What the fuck? I mean, this is ugly." Like, yeah, that's the best. This is the best case scenario that Cade's gonna be able to get the ball, and then to Ivy, and then Ivy's gonna be able to go downhill. That's obviously best case scenario, but for some reason it just doesn't work. So, obviously, both young and they're gonna progress, but to the 24.5, that is absolutely disrespectful. I'm tired of hearing, but it's hard to double your win total. It's not hard to double it when you win 14 of them. And it's way harder to go from 25 to 50 than it is from 14 we won to 28.
Yep.
So I am hammering that over responsibly.
I would too.
I mean, this is a team that was in the bottom half of the league in fast break points to begin with. Obviously, they were working a fast break. I think any fucking team is in prime position to score during fast breaks. But, listen, if they make the jump defensively like they want to underneath this coaching staff specifically, then maybe you could talk more about, fast breaks. But at the end of the day, this half-court offense is going to have to matter at some point.
Exactly. And you can't get fast break points if you just give up every single possession and you get scored on every single possession like this team did last year. Like, there's no fast break points coming in off an inbound. So I think it is wishful thinking, but again, I think it can work for for stretches of a game. I think it can be something that can kind of, again, a lot of the advantages will be when Cade and Ivy, when one of them is on the court, that is a drastically different type of offense that you can run, but it will be kind of in the spurts that they do play together. I do think it can work for limited stretches because it is two different dynamics, especially if Cade is drawing help and he has the proper spacing around him to draw help on the doubles and the floor is space, and Ivy gets to attack a closeout. Like, that's the thing that we've always been sold on. We just haven't been able to see it because there's been no shooting around Cade and Ivy. And while Ivy isn't a great shooter, yes, so he's part of the problem, he was far from the only problem in that equation.
How are we utilizing the shooters you did get in that case too?
I mean, you can play Malik Beasley at the 3. You can. You can do that for, again, I'm talking for just moments of a game. I'm not talking for this is a starting lineup.
Yeah, we're not going to see all bench lineups again next year. So that alone should be worth 3 wins.
Yeah.
Like, not having all bench lineups out there.
I mean, you could argue 7 with the roster they threw out last year.
That's fair.
That's the thing too. At least with this way, depending on how you do your lineups, obviously, I think an all bench lineup could somewhat make sense with Ivy and Fontecchio. I mean, obviously what your starting lineup is, but last year it made absolutely no sense to have the all bench lineup out there for the worst fucking roster in the entire league. That's
crazy. And before we go to break, would you rather?
Oh man.
Win 30+ games.
Sidney Sweeney.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. No, would you rather win 30+ games and get the 4th pick in the draft, or win 20 games and get Cooper Flagg?
Oh, Cooper Flagg
all day.
Come on.
Even if that means sitting through another season,
yes.
Nick, no, you shut your mouth.
Say
You would not be. You would be there
50-50.
crying the whole time. Oh, it's the same thing. These guys suck. Blah, blah, blah.
No, because they actually brought in fucking veterans compared to a guy like Chris Illich. Gio Urshela,
No,
really?
if this team went out
We
there
got
and
an
only won
actual
20
hitter.
games, you would have a heart attack in that booth.
No.
Not a chance.
Yes, you would.
You know who the number 1 overall pick is, Spencer? He's white.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, stop it. Okay.
It's like, if you're going to tank for somebody,
Chris, you want
tank
to
for
battle?
him.
Let's battle now. Jesus.
Tell us about
blow.
Tell us about the Boys and Girls Club.
It took me 28 games straight to blow up last year. All right.
No,
I'd be happy with 20.
No, that's fair. Nick was totally valid because he has the right to do that over all of us because he actually invested money in this team. So, he's totally fair for that. But join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. It is the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan, 3C Sports League, offering youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. And remember, they have equipment, meals, and transportation all included, with a chance to play at Ford Field where the Lions play for a championship at just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3 Sports.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stand the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology has been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800. Stay out. And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
Are the Red Wings retiring 91? Or is that false?
Who said that?
Fake news. Someone in the chat.
Nope.
I think it's wishful thinking, right?
Yeah, they're never going to do that.
Why?
Well,
because of how he left the Wings.
I'm not seeing anything.
It's a lot of bad. No, it's don't take anything he says as actual fact.
Who said it?
Ski Mask Boy.
Oh, I should have known.
He gets excited.
One thing I know you want to talk about the home run derby, but just real quick, did you see the John Jones news?
What happened?
He's arrested again.
Arrested again?
This time during a drug. He had a drug test for whatever.
What happened?
John Jones charged 2 misdemeanors. I got actually a screenshot. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you know what actually
I
happened?
don't have the full details. No, it happened while I was working. Let me see. This is from Bleach Report. UFC champ facing jail time on charges of assault and interference with communications during drug tests. So I'm assuming it must have been like a legal drug test because he's already on probation for 15 other things. And maybe had a little CTE flare up.
Yeah.
Just never ends with this guy.
Not asking him to raise my children. Asking him to knock people out.
Fair. I don't think he's done that in a
Great
minute
point.
either,
Hasn't done that in a little
great
while.
point.
The steroids ain't hitting like they used to.
Still
Sorry.
choke the fuck out of Cyril Gahn.
I had to pick on Spinny because he's a big John Jones fan.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we had 5 UFC fighters on the show, and they've all said that he's been in their number one.
Have they? Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
Positively sure.
I am. Because I ask them every time, and they all have the same top 3 as me.
I don't know about that.
Top 4, actually.
You're a genius.
I think he's just saying that.
That's true.
I don't know.
The top 4 is undisputably, in any order, John Jones, Anderson Silva, GSP, and Mighty Mouse.
I disagree.
Those are the 4 greatest UFC fighters in the history of the UFC, and it's not close.
I don't think any of those guys, I don't think all those guys agree with that top 4.
They did.
I don't think so at all.
Go check the tape.
I think you're lying.
Check the tape.
I will.
Good.
Habib's in there.
Huh?
Habib.
No. I put DC over Habib.
Derby.
Home run derby. Who wants to make some money?
Yeah, let's hear these. Let's hear these odds.
All right, we got.
like DC.
We're gonna go last to first. Alec Bohm plus 2,200.
Nope.
Don't waste your money. Jose Ramirez plus 1,500. I think he's more of a contact guy. But Teoscar Hernandez plus 1,200.
Cash it.
Taking a long shot.
I'm taking Teoscar.
Little sprinkle.
Talk about roids. That dude.
Sprinkle me.
That dude's jacked up off some juice. I think he's going to hit some monsters.
Talking about juice, you're going to like the next two guys on this list. Plus 550, Adolis Garcia.
Also very
at home.
Talk about juice. That dude is fucking.
Dave Portnoy lost at sea this morning.
That dude is juiced to the gills.
Talk about somebody that should lay off of the juice, Marcel Ozuna.
Yeah.
He likes to, plus 450. Bobby Witt Jr., plus 430. I know he can crush baseballs, but I feel like he's kind of sprays it everywhere. How do you feel about Bobby Witt tonight?
I mean, my guess, I think these odds are kind of put in order. I'm thinking maybe what they did is like basically highest exit velo kind of just in order. You know what I mean? I think that could be. But I don't like Bobby Witt tonight.
Me neither.
I think El Bombay. I think that's his nickname. Adolis Garcia. I think that's my guy tonight. But the number one guy, say it.
All right, number 2 is Gunnar Henderson on this list. Is plus 380. And then Pete Alonso, plus 300. That's who you go with tonight in my eyes.
Yeah.
Even though it's not great odds on it, plus 300, still positive odds. Teoscar tonight. Anybody?
Give me Teoscar.
Easy. Who you picking?
Oscar.
Teoscar.
Oscar the Garage.
And that'll do it. Caleb, who you like? Pete?
I'm going Adolis. Adolis Garcia. That's my pick.
Hometown kid.
I'm taking Polar Bear. Chris, say a name.
I'll go through my boy Birdie went with Pete Alonso. So let's rock. Rap Cave ride.
If Adolis doesn't win, are we getting pizza this week, Caleb?
No, we're never getting pizza.
We're never going to get pizza. He will never come through for us.
He doesn't even work at a pizza place. He lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, lying.
But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping into the heavyweights. Smash the like button.
Lying.
We're getting K Adams on.
Bitch.
Tag K Adams on Twitter and tell her to come on the heavyweights.
Yes. Go find Nick's post. Go find the one where she retweeted it under all that stuff.
For Easy,
heavyweights.
for Nick, for Caleb, for Chris, I am Spencer. We're the heavyweights. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.